Ma'am, ನನಗೆ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
Okay then.
I'm trying live stream, so please give me a minute. Hari Om to all the Atmajyotis, divine light of the self.
Hari Om.
Hari Om. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So let us start with the prayer and then go ahead with the session. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Antarjyotihi Bahirjyotihi Pratyakjyotihi Paratpara Jyotireva Jyotihi Swayam Jyotihi Atmajyoti Shivosmyaham. So we are trying to do some live streaming. Okay.
It is happening.
It's happening. All right then. So we'll continue with Drk Drsya Viveka. Alva?
Yes.
So what we'll do now is take up certain concepts and we will discuss what's happening. Concept number 1. When I say, or when somebody says, don't take this personally, what are the implications of that statement? And how would you take it? Don't take it personally. So many times we use that sentence, no? Yes, who wants to? Jayashree, you want to say? Don't take it personally. Andre enu?
Enu andre adu everything is impersonal in this prakriti. In case it's an office and the boss scolds you that this work has not been done and it should be done better, don't take it personally, because he's telling in the sense the office has to improve, there has to be, the project has to be successful. He's thinking of overall view and not you in particular. That's why don't take it personally. So everything is for the cause of the good.
And if you do take it personally, what is wrong? What's happening there?
Suffering and manaklesha.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Anybody wants to add to that? Don't take it personally. Murtiji.
Ma'am, in what context? Advaita context or in general?
It is in general what happens and how we should correct it in the light of Advaita.
Okay. In general, for a specific event, there is a charter for that activity or that, for example, in an office work environment, there is a charter, business charter. So everybody should strive to achieve that business success. So if there are some variations, if somebody says something, that comment is passed from the context of that holistic business charter.
That's what she was also saying, no, Jayashree? Same thing.
Yes.
Okay. So that is fine.
Opinion. Everything is happening in this world in a transactional limit only. Even in majority of our relationships are only transactions. There are many relationships that are not so deep. So everything is impersonal only in that sense. If we take each and everything personally, then as Jayashree ma'am said, that is going to give only, emotional disasters only. We'll split up with emotional disasters.
So how come
nature? It is the nature and the vyavastha. That is how in the world everything happens. It happens. It happens.
It happens. So how does the individual matter?
Ah,
Why do we choose someone for some task and not somebody else? Something is there, Allah.
howdu, howdu. Hmm.
Okay. So in nature, everything is impersonal. That everybody is clear, alva? How everything is impersonal in nature? Salpa, flesh it out, that answer.
See, the baby is born, the animals are born, everything is born. It grows, it eats. Everything happens for the growth, everything. And one fine day, it reaches its highest potential, does whatever has to be done in this world, and it dies. So that is how it is going on.
Okay.
So don't take it personally, because that's what life is about. Birth and death.
Everything is impersonal.
Yes.
A little more about the gunas and all that.
Yeah.
How that Prakrutinalli, how it operates, Anta. Anupama, you want to say some more? Add.
In Prakriti, everything keeps on changing. So we can make out that it is impersonal only. There is nothing to take it as personal.
So the gunas are also sattva, rajas, tamas.
In a single day, my own guna keeps changing. So, for example, if my husband takes each and every action of mine as a personal thing, that will become a disaster only.
So the guna, sattva, rajas, tamas, do they belong to you or what? It comes from where? Sattva, rajas, tamas, gunas.
It is present in everybody to some extent. Even in dogs, as you say, we were discussing, they also have likes, mamakara. So everything, I don't know about the gunas. So
everything has a guna, alva. Cow is sattvika. A tiger is rajasic and tamasic. Snake is tamasic. Like that, everything, from a rock.
It's nature.
All gunas are there, alva. It is Prakriti only. Nothing else, nothing more than Prakriti. Isn't it? Prakrutehe kriyamanani gunai sarvani karmashaha. According to our gunas, the gunas in each and every entity, things are happening. Prakrute kriyamanani. It is the nature is acting. Isn't it? So, the Gnani doesn't take anything personally, anta. Because he knows it's the guna in that person which is acting. The essence is the same. No. Essence is what? The essence of everyone is Satchidananda. But what is being seen in the manifest world is Prakriti. Ashte. So where is the question of taking anything personally? Even in persons, that is the most difficult. In nature, we can accept gunas. In our own BMI and in the BMIs of people around us, is it easy to accept everything as their guna and carry on with life? Yeah, that is the challenge, isn't it? That is the takeaway for us from this. Don't take anything personally, anodunna. Idunna we have to adopt it in daily life. Are we doing that?
To a great extent.
Good.
To a great extent, we are able to follow.
Wonderful. Excellent. Are you able to say that? The rest of us? Anupama, Murtiji, myself?
Yes. Every moment trying to attain that.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, we try not to react, but give a response to adjust with this nature.
And when someone is appreciating or insulting me also,
even then,
how I respond, that also shows how much I have adopted this Prakrute Kriyamanani stuff. So that is also there. How I respond to my reactions to me from my environment. That also I should not take anything personally. It's all Krishnarpanamastu. Everything. Isn't it? So does it mean, can I offer the negative things also to God? Krishnarpana helboda? Prakruti neene madiddu anta? What do you think, Murtiji?
Negative things?
Negative things. Suppose I go and kill somebody, and can I say Krishnarpanamastu? Why not?
Because we have freedom.
Because everything is impersonal. No, tell me, why not?
No, if you are doing it from the standpoint of Brahman, then it's okay. If it is ego-driven, and I,
okay,
as a person, thinking mind, I as a person, I as a thinking mind person, I cannot offer it.
But you could be a soldier, no, with a thinking mind also, and it's your duty to go and fight the war.
There, that is charter is there.
So,
Swadharma plays there.
Okay. Anything you want to add to that, Anupama? Ayo, again the drilling started. So, yes, are you saying something, Anupama?
As Murthy said, the purpose behind that act matters. And
That
it is
is
for
what
a good cause, it is Krishnarparamastu only. But
Okay.
it is coming out of my repose, my jealous or anger, that is
Yes.
Krishna. We cannot give it to Krishna, no?
So, Loka Kalyana, yes. Dharma, Adharma, when all that comes into the play, we are on the right track.
So can we say...
Vasanas kick in, individual Vasanagal bandaga, no Krishnarpanamastu over there.
Can we say the motive behind an action?
Heli.
Motive behind an action matters. For example, if I take a doctor and a murderer, assume both of them are using the, I don't know what doctor's knife is called. They are using the
Scalpel.
Scalpel. They use the same scalpel from the same company. So doctor, in that surgery bed, that patient also died, and a murderer who is killed, there also it is a death.
Victim also dies, correct.
Yes. There also it is a death. Here also it is a death. But the intention behind that.
Yes. Okay. That's it.
One more. How personalization happens in us.
How personalization?
Personalization happens in us. How personalization works in us.
You're asking the question.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody is free to answer that. Attachment. Mamakara. Ahankara, mamakara. Yes. Right?
Yes.
Ashte.
So where is that stored?
Oh, we are coming back to the basics here.
Yes.
It's in the Antakarana, in the Chitta.
Yes. However, Brahman or Atman, does Atman have a memory?
In a BMI, I think everyone has everything. If the Brahman has come in Saguna form, he will have.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Nirguna Brahman. I'm talking about Nirguna Brahman.
Nirguna Brahman has no gunas only, no?
Yes. When gunas comes, when actually gunas comes, if I have that storage. So in Nirguna Brahman, it is pure Sat Chit, knowing and being. So, this is mobile. When this was there in the shop, it was just a mobile. When it came to my packet, there is a registration in my mind.
Okay.
There is a linkage which is stored.
Correct.
So when I stand from the Nirguna Brahman point of view, there is no memory there.
Mhm. Only awareness.
Only awareness, yes.
Very nice.
So
Correct.
that is why Brahman has to be, Nirguna Brahman has to be impersonal.
That is why Nirguna Brahman has to be Nirguna.
Nirguna, yes. Yes, impersonal, universal.
Universal.
Yes.
And also, one more beautiful insight about this Nirguna Brahman is, necessarily Brahman has to be Nirguna. Why? Necessarily the tongue should not have a taste of its own. Only then the tongue
Yes.
can taste different tastes.
Very
Necessarily only on a blank screen, anything can be projected.
projected.
That is why it is a no-brainer. Brahman has to be Nirguna for the manifest universe to be projected. Simple, no? Simple explanation. Hari Om, Rajni. Okay.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.
Here's a question for you. Why does man run after achievements in life?
Because actually the true nature of man is bliss or happiness, but he is not able to understand that happiness is within me. So he associates himself with the body, mind, intellect complex. And just because of the true nature being bliss itself and him not realizing that he himself is that, he looks outside to achieve that. And that is why he runs into the materialistic world to satisfy that, not knowing that his true nature is bliss itself.
Okay, na? Anything else? Correct. Perfect. What else can you add to that? It's pure selfishness on the mind of see, for in society, some things have to be, only man only has to work, no, towards achieving whatever in the comforts or for the society to run, who else has to do? Man only has to do. But taking credit for that and reveling in that and going after more and more achievements for selfish in nature, that is to be, one has to be alert about that, isn't it?
Do the work for Loka Kalyana. Do the work for Loka Kalyana.
Loka Kalyana. Loka Kalyana. In that Loka Kalyana process, you will also get some name and fame. But
yes,
beware that not to be attached to that. That is the main thing. What else is there in this talk? What shall we?
You said society, man in the society.
Man in society. How
that is again, there is a I and Mama. Aham and Mama. Society is what? A set of collection of human beings, right? We are excluding the other beings there.
Okay.
So even for that matter, we are not contributing. We are actually grabbing from the. We are the only creatures in the universe. Grabs everything from the Prakriti.
Who have greed apart from need.
Yes.
Correct. And we put our name also on in many temples and all. You will put Danigala Hesaru Patti will be there. I have given this much, I have given that much. So that is the whole point in the Gita also. It's all about just do your duty. Don't go on tom-tomming what I have done, what I have done, that's very so basic. Naming anything after you. It's fine. I think we can do it as long as we are aware.
Yes.
Without awareness, doing anything is a crime. That's all. Osho, no, that great master, Rajneesh, he used to say there is only one sin, which is not being aware. If you are aware, you can do anything and it won't be a sin. So beautiful. People used to ask him, why do you have 1,000 Rolls Royce and such things? He was a very flamboyant master, right? And he used to dress in a very flamboyant manner. Even this Sadguru does that. If you are aware, you can do anything. Doesn't matter. Krishna himself, wasn't he flamboyant? Lord Krishna, Vishnu, Alankara Priya Vishnu, they're all like that. But since it's in awareness, anything can be done in awareness. In ignorance, whatever I do is a sin. Because it leads to karma bandhana. That's all. Okay. So I think this next question was discussed on before also. How are human beings different from animals? And how are gnani is different from humans? 3 levels are there: animalistic tendencies, human beings, and jnanis. How can you, what is the difference between all these people? Where do we differ? At what levels?
I will come from the first.
Yes.
Gnani looks at existence or asti guna in everything and then only looks at the name and form. Whereas Ajnanis look at name and form and then associated existence.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay.
That's one point.
Innொಂದು point.
So look at Samanya Lakshana of everything and not the Vishesha Lakshana.
Jnanis do that.
Jnanis do that.
Okay. Difference between animals and humans?
We've gone in length about it.
Yes. Rajini, were you part of the discussion?
I just joined about 10 minutes back.
No. There was a discussion on WhatsApp. Did you see that? Or did you see all the discussion or what?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. You want to recall that for us? What is the difference between humans and animals?
Yeah, the very basic difference is that humans, they just live for survival. It's
Humans.
only the animals, and the human beings are only the ones who are endowed with, that is, they can get the knowledge and they can understand it, whereby they can undo their ignorance. But for animals, it is difficult because they do not have that endowment with knowledge that they can they can understand that this is I'm not the BMI.
Okay.
They only survive at that particular level of existence.
Okay. So only in a human life, Atma Jnana is possible. Bottom line. Okay.
There was one question which I had a doubt.
Mm.
We say Jagat is Mithya and Brahma is Satya. But at the same tone, we even say that the Jagat is nothing but it is Brahman itself. Why do we say?
Brahmaiva napara.
Because it is a reflection, because of the Brahma is the Jagat.
Correct. Brahma Satya, Jagat Mithya. This has to be understood first. At what level? How do you understand that, Rajini? That statement? Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya means, how do you understand that? How would you explain it to a lay person?
It is the manifestation of Brahman. World is the manifestation of Brahman.
But why is it Mithya?
Maya Loka.
Because it is changeable. It changes. It changes from every minute to minute to minute. So it is not the stable thing. It changes. So that is why we call it Mithya.
Okay, correct. Perfect. So Jiva is nothing but Brahman. How will you explain that? That is the doubt you have. Why are we combining both the contradictions in one statement? Is that right? So what do you want to say about that? Anyone? Hengappa?
All jivas are manifestations of Brahman only. But as a seer, I am not looking into the Brahman concept. Means only Samanya Lakshana, I am looking into that. Vishesha Lakshana. Correct?
Yeah, Vishesha Lakshana is also Brahman only, no? In Vibhuti Yoga, what does Krishna say? Everything, every Vishesha you see is me only. Isn't it? Everything is me. Everything is Brahman. So how do you explain that?
In my ignorance state, I am not able to look into it.
Correct.
I see Purnima ji as Purnima ji, Murthy ji Murthy, only when the ignorance goes, I can see the Brahman.
Very well said. Correct. So, as Brahman, the world is very much real only. As name and form, it is unreal. Simple, no?
Okay. If we take it that way.
Huh. As a name and form, it is unreal because it keeps changing. But as Brahman, as Satchit, it is very much real only. Because existence cannot be destroyed, it's forever. Consciousness, awareness cannot be destroyed, it's forever. What is the manifested world apart from Satchit? Anything else is there? Something exists and I know that it exists. Finish. That's how you can describe anything in the entire universe. Isn't it, Rajni? In that manner, everything is Brahman. Yes, Murthy, you want to add something?
That is what, ma'am. Mithyatva that is mentioned here is the way I see the world. That is
the way I see
we are seeing the world in transaction mode. Always. Either we see the world in transaction mode or Vyavaharika or Pratibhasika. So there is nothing wrong in doing that. So when very personal stuff is to be looked at, it should be looked at Pratibhasika. When it is transactional, Vyavaharika, but beneath that absoluteness which is there, that is the substratum. On top of that, these has to be looked at. What we do is we see the world as the way we see that itself is the reality. That is the problem. And when we see the world, there is a prejudice also. Name and form is one thing, and there is the conditioning, the societal conditioning, and the environment I brought up from, has induced some conditioning into my mind. I always look at the world with that goggle, wearing that goggle.
Jaundiced eyes. Okay.
Yes.
Correct. So the mithyatva has to be understood basically. Yes. Because the name and form is impermanent. That is the mithyatva. But it is there, definitely. That is Brahman. As Sat, as Chit, it is there.
That mithyatva also has a place.
Mithyatva also has a place. That is why the manifest world is so beautiful.
Yes.
The mithya world is where we operate on a moment-to-moment basis. Yes. And it is quite beautiful and wonderful. It is the vibhuti, the glory of Brahman. Isn't it? But it is mithya. Name and form is mithya. That is the only explanation. It is just not that. Ashte. Okay. Then there is a bit about, in these talks, about how devatas acquire Atmajnana. What have we understood about that? How do devatas acquire Atmajnana? Yarappa? Jai Shri Anupama. Are devatas jnanis in the first place? Devata means this Varuna Devata, Agni Devata, Jala Devata. Are they all jnanis? What do you think, Rajni?
No.
They are not. They don't have Atmajnana. But what are they?
Panchabhuta.
Correct.
They are all devatas of Panchabhutas.
They are all Panchabhutas. Correct. And they are Adhipati for the Panchabhutas, basically. Yeah. But they don't have Atmajnana. See, in the Puranas is full of these metaphorical stories of how Devatas and Asuras are always at war. And Devatas, finally, they are eligible for the Amruta. Alva. So there is, Guruji has spoken about it. How see, Devatas, human beings only become Devatas. Indra Padavi is given to an excellent human being who has earned some great punya and gone to Devaloka. Have you heard of that passage by Prabhuji? You want to recall, Murthy ji?
Actually, he has quoted the organizational structure also in that.
Heli.
So I take up the role as CEO. At this point in time, I have the capability and the required, what do we say, required things to perform
Qualifications or something.
Qualification.
Or I have that capability to take care of that role at this point in time. And the organization expands. Along with that expansion, my capability also should be expanded. If it is not expanded, then I become redundant there. I will not be able to do my duty.
So somebody else is put in their chair.
Somebody else is put in there. So my dharma, whatever was there, so it was played to that extent. The moment
Punya was
Punya, yeah. That Punya is standstill there. So there is a limit for Punya again. It is finite. So once that I reach that peak, beyond that I cannot go. So I'll have to, there will be a gravitational fall by nature.
Yeah. So Shankaracharya or some Bhashakara has explained it beautifully. Which is the best place to have Atmajnana? Humans. Where? In the Mrithyuloka. This is called Earth. It's called Mrithyuloka. This is where gross body is born and gross body dies. So this is called as Mrithyuloka. Prithvi. On Earth, in human form, it is the best, most opportune place to have Atmajnana. Then there is Devaloka, Swargaloka. In Swargaloka, it is said, Shankara says, Adi Shankara, this Atma, the self, is not that easily visible. It is very talak. It's a very beautiful, it's an airport lit up in midnight. Full of jiggy lights. So the real self is camouflaged. In the Devaloka, there is only singing, dancing, making merry. When one is always satisfied at a mental and physical level, will anyone think of Atmajnana? No. That is why in Swargaloka, that Atmajnana, Atma, the self, is like a shadow, it is said. And then in Bhuloka, it is like a mirror. You can see it as clearly as your reflection. In Bhuloka, if you make the effort with the help of a Sadguru, you can see yourself as clearly. I can see your reflection in a mirror. In Swargaloka, it's like a shadow. In Satyaloka, it is very, very, it is you only. It is there right in front of you, but very difficult to see. It takes a long time in Satyaloka. Who goes to Satyaloka? See, all these, after studying all this, we, Jignasus, Mumukshus, where will we go? It has been very clearly said in the Bhagavad Gita. Where do we land up after this? At death. Suppose we miss Jivan Mukti. What happens to us? Who knows about this little bit? You remember what happens to Jayashri? Do you remember what we have?
I vaguely remember Ishta Devata, whomever we have prayed, the Ishta Devata will take us to his place and then to Satyaloka.
Correct. So if you have a Ishta Devata, first you will go there, and there the Ishta Devata will give you the Jnana. Again, you have to go there and study Drk Drsya Viveka. Yes. You better do it here only. Otherwise, that is one thing. Or all the other lokas, devatas in Swargaloka and all these places, they have to come down to earth, or they have to go to Satyaloka. They have to go to their Guruji, like Bruhaspati, all these acharyas are there, devata acharyas. They have to go to their acharyas and they have to. And the cosmic timeline is not as simple as our earthly timeline. You know, for 1 day, for 1 year for Manusya is 1 day for the Devata. So they have to spend years and years and years with the Guru. So this Bhuloka is the best. There's the story of Virochana and Indra who go to Bruhaspati for Atmajnana. Okay. Once they hear Bruhaspati, that's the Acharya of the Gurus, of the Devatas, he's giving a lecture somewhere like our Prabhuji. He's giving a lecture about Upanyasa about Atmajnana. Okay. And he says Satchidananda and all that they say, and he describes the beauty of, getting Atmajnana. So Indra and Bruhaspati both are very much impressed. And they say, okay, Indra and Virochana. Virochana is the Asura king. Indra is the Sura king. So both of them separately, they go to Bruhaspati to learn Atmajnana. It is said in one of the Upanishads it's come, they spend 32 years. What will they do? They just spend their time in the ashram. They're cleaning the stables, they're cleaning the kitchens, all these things they are doing. Before the Guru even looks at them, 32 years. Then after 32 years, Bruhaspati asks, what's happening? Why are you two here? Just one line he says. We have come from Arthamnana. Okay, do more seva, another 32 years. Like that in that Upanishad it says they spent 108 years, both of them, before Bruhaspati opened his mouth. And at the end of 108 years, he said 3 syllables. What is that? Gata? He uttered 3 syllables. Da, da, da. That was the Upadesha of the Guru. How will you understand? So, Indra, being a superior, refined, after all, he is a Sura Indra. He is a Sattvic Guna. So, he understood. One da is
Dana, Daya.
Dana, Daya and
Dana, Daya.
Dama.
Yeah, Dama.
Dama. Dama is sense control. For the Devatas, it's very important. Because Indra, it is said he has got eyes all over his body. Eyes means the sense organs are operating all over his body. We have got only 5 sense organs. For him, the entire body is sense organs only. He's always going outward. So, Dhamma is what he is teaching. And then, Daya is the teaching for whom? The Asuras in us. Asuric tendency we have, no? So, develop compassion towards others, towards other human beings, towards animals, towards the whole planet. You should have Daya. That is one teaching. And the last one is Dana. So, Daya is for Danamas. Dhamma is for Asuras. And Dana is for Manushas. Because we hold, Papa, we have that sense of lack is too much in Manusha Jati, isn't it? We hoard things. We'll go to some big store, supermarket, and we'll buy. There's a sale. So we dump things in our storeroom because we are getting it cheap. So share is the teaching for humans. But all these 3 gunas are in everyone, all Manushas only. Asuri guna is in me, Deva guna is in me, Manusha guna is in me. So da is the teaching given by Bruhaspati for humanity, you can say. So, but why this whole story came is because in other lokas, it will take ages and ages and ages to get jnana. Even if you get, it will not be like how our Prabhuji gives lecture after lecture after lecture after. How much he explains in how simple he makes it. There only 3 syllables, da. If you have got any sense, you understand. Otherwise, spend another 108 years in the Guru's ashrama. That is how difficult it is. That's why we are in a very good place right now. We have a human birth, and we are mumukshus, and we have a Sadguru. And we are doing Manana, Nididhyasana, everything we are doing. Jai Ho.
Yeah.
Okay. And Guruji has spoken about Lao Tse. What do you understand? Heli.
Just want to add one more.
Yeah. Please tell.
Ma'am, what you mentioned about Devaloka, that we can see in this loka itself. People who have that comfort,
Correct.
they don't have the urge to do something.
Yes. They don't want to come out of their comfort zone. Why will they?
And the Viveka can never blossom.
Very rarely it does. Very rarely it does.
Yeah.
Because Janaka was a Maharaja, don't forget. Yeah.
Even Buddha also.
Buddha also. Buddha, Mahavira.
There are exceptions, but majority of us.
Correct.
There is a saying in Kannada, Ardha Ratrili
Koda hidkotanu. Correct.
So correct. By birth, they have a silver spoon.
Very true. Devatas we can find in our midst also. Something else I wanted to die, I forgot. Okay, never mind. All right. So, what does Lao Tse's life tell us? There's a small incident Guruji has mentioned about Lao Tse. A king compelled him to write a book, his biography, autobiography. He forced him to write an autobiography. Lao Tse was a Zen master, isn't it? Adar bagge, you remember what is being said, Anupama, about Lao Tse?
I don't remember exactly, Purnamaji. He could not write.
You could not, you didn't listen to the, let us ask Jaishri if she remembers. Jaishri, do you remember what Prabhuji has said about Lao Tse? Okay. Murti.
4 lines he writes.
What did you say?
He writes only 4 lines. That is about king. He writes about what to say, the Brahman. He writes not about the king.
Okay. You want to explain, Murti ji? Correct again?
Actually, that sequence, I don't remember exactly.
Okay.
The moral of the story is there is no, he writes those 4 sentences. Last sentences, there is no path to lead to that.
He writes only.
There is no way.
There is no way or path. Yeah.
Only 3 sentences is writes. One is Atmajnana is a way.
Yes.
Second is there is no way at all to reach that. All contradictory statements he makes. And then third statement is all paths lead to Atmajnana. So what can anyone understand? Only when you walk the path only you can understand what is being said, basically. So this Atmajnani basically, he will not, Prabhuji often says, Ajnani is extraordinary. No, in this talk only he says, I think. Is ordinary than ordinary. He has nothing to say about himself or anything. So beware when you read somebody's Jnani's autobiography, you please beware that something is wrong. Why? Why Jnani's autobiography is wrong or something is off? Why, Rajini?
Yeah, because it talks only about Vishesha. His personality, his this, his that, and all that, which is not needed.
Correct.
At the end of the day, it is the Jnani is the Atman, like the Brahman.
We can read, we can write biography, but not autobiography of a Jnani. He will not write it himself. But for others, for us, for our sake, we need, for inspiration, we need. So that is Lao Tse. All these Zen masters are very interesting people. They have this curious way of teaching. Then another, Prabhuji talks about another Zen master's life. What is the difference before you got Jnana and after you got Jnana? For that also a little thing has been said. Can anyone recall? What did the Zen master say?
Before Jnana, I was going to the forest, collecting wood, drawing water from the well, coming back, cooking and eating. After Jnana, I'm going to the forest, cutting wood, drawing water from the well and eating. Same thing.
Same thing. So what does it mean for me at my level? The
earlier thing was done automatically. It is spontaneous, like going as we do. But probably the second way was with awareness.
First thing is not spontaneous. It is very willful. Right now, I mean, we do it out of auto mode. You mean
Auto
you mean
mode.
to say
Yeah,
that
auto mode.
mechanically? Yeah, we are doing things mechanically right now. Is that right? Is that what
True.
you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes. Later we do everything with great awareness. What is the awareness? What is the awareness that we have later?
Being in the moment, and whatever I do it to the best of my ability. In the sense, if I'm in the moment, if I'm cutting vegetables, I'm enjoying cutting vegetables. It is not that I have to do and cut the vegetables and give it tadka and all that for the family. It is with so much of love, with so much of being in the moment, and I'm enjoying. And it is not like, oh, after this I have to do this, after this I have to do this. That is the mind working. But over here, when I'm cutting vegetables, I'm okay. I've cut the vegetables and the next process follows.
Mm.
But
Very
otherwise,
good.
the mind would take over. Oh, finish it fast. You need to do this. You need to do this. So it is stepping even ahead of what you're doing right now.
Okay. Very
Look
nice.
at the existence of everything as you're working. Look at the existence part of it. It's
Okay.
all, if it is vegetable, if it is wood, everything is earth and mud. Look at the existence also being conscious.
Very
and
nice.
being happy, as she's saying, being happy about it.
Happiness is also a state of mind, no?
It
I
is
just said.
bliss.
Okay. Anupama, you want to add to that? What does it mean to you? Cutting wood before and after. Yeah.
Doing actions, knowing that, understanding that I am not karta bhokta or yajna.
That is the point. Understanding that I am neither the karta, nor the bhokta, nor the jnata. Everything is happening spontaneously. Very nice. Correct. What do you want to add to that, Murtiji?
Actually, I stand in that Atman position. That is my identity. I am. And there is a Buddhi which is aware of I am as well as my ignorance. That is Ahankara. This Buddhi, which is inspired by I am, give the instruction to Ahankara to carry out that action. So this Buddhi knows both. It knows Ahankara as well as I am.
Okay.
So Buddhi plays the role there. Earlier, what used to happen was
Ahankara was the seat, rider.
A small segment of my memory which was attached with I-ness. And that part of the memory was having a notion that it is doing that action. It was happening that way. Now the shift has happened. It is shifted from that well of memory. It is moved outside of that well. I'm standing outside of that well, and this Buddhi is again in the well itself.
Okay.
But it is aware of this I am.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Tell me. Okay. Okay, so that's okay, no? That Zen Master before and after, I think all of us are clear in our own way what is being said here. Okay, done. The next point that we can discuss before we go for meditation is, there's a statement being made here. Good and bad are viewpoints. What is good and what is bad? They're just viewpoints. No? Can you discuss it with examples?
When we take Mahabharata story, in the perception of Duryodhana, Pandavas are the worst and bad people.
Correct.
But in the view of Pandavas, they have the love for Kauravas. They fought because they want to do Dharma Sthapana. That is the only reason they fought. So it is the view of the person. the jnana level of the person.
Okay. Viveka. Correct. But in Prakriti, is there good and bad? Generally, does Ishvara make any decisions? This is good, this is bad. Bhagwan.
A lion kills a jinke and it's swadharma to hunt and eat. It is good for the lion but bad for the
Jinke. Deer.
yes. The same act. Yeah.
But that is for ecological balance only, right? Then how can Prakriti is correct only always. There is no decision.
Yes, there is no good or bad. It's a food cycle and it's all just happening as per Swadharma or Prakriti Dharma. Correct. Only the interference of man's buddhi will make it either good or bad. Even my perspective, like Anupama explained, perspective of the person makes something good or bad. Simple example, it's raining cats and dogs here in Bangalore. Somewhere else there is drought. How do you look at that? It's all Prakriti only. Is it good? For someone who wants water, rain is good. For someone who has just sowed the crop, Papa, rain is bad. There was a movie called Jim Carrey's movie. I don't know. I can't recall the name of the movie. In that, he is given the power to be God for a day. Jim Carrey. Okay. Because he has a prayer. He keeps on asking God for something. And his prayer is not answered. Then he challenges God. What a stupid God you are. You can't answer my small little one miserable being in corner of earth. You are not able to fulfill my wishes. And so God comes and says, okay, you do my job for one day. Let us see. And so Jim Carrey becomes God. And it's an English movie with a lot of contemporary stuff happening. And so he got thousands of mails every minute from all corners of the world. Everyone is asking for something, this, that, this, that, this, that. And so one fellow is asking for rain in one place. The other fellow in the same locality is asking, I don't want rain. So how does God answer these things? Isn't it? So it's our perception that something, I want this, I want that, I don't want this, I don't want that. Nothing will work with God and God doesn't bother also. What is driving this whole thing? What is driving us? What is driving the chakra of life? What I want, what I don't want. What is driving it? Is God interfering in any of it?
No.
Ishvara?
Basic needs are being given.
God has made one arrangement and he has just put us in that game. So why are we coming in and coming out in the game? We are in the game and we are out of the game. And we have to play the game when we are in it. What is the factor which is running this whole game? God is not controlling any moment, every moment. Everything is not controlling.
Ignorance.
Karma is the driver. All this checker is happening because of our own karma zone. That's all. We are playing the game. How we play the game depends on me. Ishvara is not in control. So that's what in that movie that Jim Carrey understands. I am writing my destiny with my own stupidity and my own actions, with my raga dvesha. Good and bad viewpoints are in my head. How I play the game? We know. Sadguru has taught us Viveka and Vairagya. We have to play the game. That's all. Yeah. Shall we? Heli.
I would say we are not able to or not eligible. This finite mind doesn't have the capability to look at the bigger picture.
That is the correct point. Bigger picture namu kansala.
That is why we creep.
Yes.
I just want to quote my daughter's most recent incident. She doesn't want to go to a particular hospital for her internship. She was resisting it. Hook or crook, I don't want to go there. So eventually what happened was, They put it there only. And it is
Oh, what you resist, it
resist.
comes to you. Correct.
The next part is very beautiful.
Persist. Heli.
She was resisting to the extent she was crying also. She doesn't
Oh.
want to go there because it is very hectic. 24 hours duty without sleep, all that. Then she went there and worked for 1 week. And it was a 3 weeks thing. At the end of 3 weeks, I don't want this to end.
Oh. Because she started loving it.
Yeah.
So what is the lesson? How to approach anything?
Leave it to the God. Ishwararpana buddhi, Ishwara prasada buddhi.
Ishwararpana buddhi, Ishwara prasada buddhi.
Yes.
Correct. Whatever is in my plate, thank you. It's a prasada.
I said the same thing with these 2 sentences because you have a narrowed view. See, God, when she was crying, I said, leave it to the God. Leave it to the God. You have to face whatever happens. Then at the end, she came back and she doesn't want this to end. Then I said the same.
But
See,
that will end. Then you should not feel bad. You
yes,
should that
yes.
adu heladra.
Yes.
Yeah. Ishwara arpana buddhi, Ishwara prasada buddhi. Correct. This Eckhart Tolle says, what does he say? Live each moment as if you have asked for it.
Yes.
Which is the truth.
Okay.
Nothing is served which is undeserved.
Yes.
Whatever is served on the plate, I have asked for it. I don't remember when I asked for it. That's all.
Even something big is served. I have that karpanya dosha. I will not be able to see that big picture.
Yeah, miserliness is there in me that I'm not able to appreciate what
Yes.
is in my plate is fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, we can ask God for anything, but when and how he will say tatastu, that is left to him.
Yes.
That is left to him
Better.
means he is a karma dhyaksha.
Yes.
Alva, karmadipati. That according to the rules, it will come.
He is sitting 100 kilometers above the earth. He can see the big bird's eye view. We cannot see. We are stuck in this narrow view.
Prabhuji's favorite example. Suppose somebody is in a very hectic job and no rest, and that person wishes, I just want to rest, I want to eat. For eating also, I don't want to get up. Somebody should put food in my mouth. I want that kind of life. If you feel that very deeply and intensely, universe will say, Tatastu. That means in the next life, universe will say, oh, this person wants to just lie and sleep and food should come into the mouth. You'll be born as a python. We will give you the life of a python. So we should be very careful what we wish for. Universe is very intelligent. It will understand, oh, this is the condition. But universe is simple actually. My mind is complicated. I want everything in a certain manner. That is not the way it works. Simple like, oh, you want to lie down and eat? Okay, be a python. So beware of what I wish for also. Don't wish for anything. Whatever is coming, are bapre. Already I have worked so much for whatever is being served for me right now. Thank you very much. There and there, finish
we have that clarity. We will also not wish.
Now we are all getting the clarity.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, we can go for meditation now. Anupama, shall we do that? Are you able to share the screen? Do you have the rights? Oh, madam has gone. Because I think by trying to share the screen, she has left. Okay, let me see if I can do it. Indra is also not come today. Wait, let me try to share. Give me a second, please. Anupama.
Ji, I am getting disconnected.
Okay, fine.
No, no, you have started sharing. It is coming.
I have
Yeah,
shared.
Anupama, it's there. It's there.
Let us be aware of physical space. Bhutakasha. Bhutakasha means stars, planets, galaxies, everything in the universe is floating in the Bhutakasha. Become aware of the objects in the Bhutakasha. When you are near a river or a seashore, the sounds of seashore will hear. Rising and falling of the waves you hear. All these are happening in Bhutakasha, physical space. You see stars, planets, galaxies, people, animal, everything is happening in Bhutakasha, physical space. The sound, smell, taste, and form are in physical space. Take your attention to the mental space, the thoughts. Physical world is nothing but thoughts. The objects rise and fall as thoughts. The space, physical space is enormous. The mental space is much bigger. Physical space. Be aware of the space. Mental space. Go deeper, deeper, and deeper. Go deeper and deeper and deeper. Be very, very relaxed. As you go deep within you, start feeling a sense of deep relaxation, deep peace. Leave the physical space, leave the mental space, go to the awareness space. Awareness space is your teacher. I am the awareness within the body mind complex. I am the inner space, empty, pure. That empty space is my true nature. Be that empty space. Be aware of the space within your body. Be aware of the space within your brain cavity. Be aware of the space within your heart. Be aware of the space within your stomach. The space is emptiness. Be aware of the space. Relax deeper and deeper and deeper. Mind becomes very silent when you become aware of space. I am the space of consciousness, Chidakasha, illuminating the body. The space within is space without. Space inside and space outside is one reality. I am the space. Be the space, empty, free from all thoughts, free from all emotions, free from all considerations. Just take a space, pure awareness, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, more and more silent, deeper and deeper and deeper. Feel the peace total silence. I am the empty space. I am pure awareness. Stay in that beautiful awareness. 1, 2, 3, sleep, sleep. Don't just sleep, but be aware of my words. Stay fully in the awareness. Realize you are true awareness. Brahman.
ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಎಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀಯ ನೀನ್ ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅದಾದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನೀನೇ ಎಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಾಕ್ತು.
I am pure awareness. Like space, no boundaries. 1, 2, 3. Be aware, fully asleep, Jagrata state, waking sleep. Stay as awareness. Thought, vibration, appears in the face and space. More and more silent, more and more peace, relaxation. Of taking sleep,
Not very clear, please.
Relaxation, peace, 1, 2, 3, sleep, fully aware, fully asleep, Jagat Sushati, which is a true nature, pure awareness. Wherever you go, whenever you want, you can always go back to your true nature, emptiness, space, pure awareness. Come back to pure space within the body, within the pain, space within, space without. It's one reality. Be aware of the thoughts, be aware of the breath moving in and out. Everything is appearing in space. I am of the nature of space. Shivoham, Shivoham. Asatoma Sadgamaya
Yes, can we have the closing prayer? Anybody can say the closing prayer?
Soma Gamaya Amasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mridangamaya Om Shanti 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 Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Nano Nanenvadu Nanalla Iddeha Manabuddhi Nanalla Sachidanandatma Shivananu Nane Shivoham 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 Antarjyotihi Bahirjyotihi Pratyajyotihi Paratparah Jyotirev Jyotihi Swayam Jyotihi Atmajyotihi Shivosmyaham Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu Harihi Om